to Talk and Talk. So just a little moment for it to work.
Pessoa?
I'm Lissuel.
Bastante. May I change from my phone to my computer?
Okay, feel comfortable. How do you prefer?
Thank you. A moment. I'll come back.
Okay. So guys, we stay here today to talk about tech interview with Ricardo and Annie. I don't know if today is your first time here with us, so I will introduce the Talk and Talk for you. Talk and Talk not is a school, it's a platform to practice English. We stay here to feel comfortable to talk and improve our English together. If you are looking for some class, please check in our website. We have some professionals and meetings with this goal, but today this not is the purpose. Today we will just practice. And the topic on this meeting is this experience of stay in middle of the interview and answer questions about our tech universe. Okay, so let's start that. Ricardo, do you like to read the questions before answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience with developing scalable and the maintenance software system? Well, I work in this area, just a few, just superficial. I have some experience in this area, but just superficial. I study development softwares in my when I was young, and nowadays I work in an area similar to, not exactly, but similar, is cloud computing. So in this case, sometimes you choose a specific software on cloud, for example, a firewall or something, and it's necessary to have some scalable situation. For example, I don't know, there is a store and they use how do you say, a web page, for example, and there are specific dates like, I don't know, Christmas or Black Friday or something like that, and the number of the access increase a lot. So in this case, it's necessary to use a service like Elastic or adaptable processes. So in this case, but it's not exactly similar to, and sometimes I keep in touch with development team, but it's not exactly, how do you say, work in this area. That's it.
So you feel you don't have this experience to answer that more deeply, yeah?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, so I work in this area, so for maintain the software system, I have the habit to write cleaner in a cleaner way and divide the modules, provide the system very divided. Slice this code in simple files so you provide a better way to maintain that. A lot of people can change different files and don't conflict with the things who I am writing.
This is called microservices. Is this called microservices or not?
Yeah, it can be not divide the code in different files, not necessary is the microservice. Microservices is different ways when you divide all the structure of your company in microservices, you know, different services. But I was mentioning like how I do inside one of service, you know, because when you think in microservice in general, you are talking about the infra of all the company. And I was talking about to write a code in one of the services. So it's different, but yeah, for maintaining this better way to work in the company in general, microservice can be a good solution. Depends of the size of the company, the interest of the services, you know, not a correct answer for everyone. We need to check if it's necessary, because not as easy to maintain too, and it's very expensive to maintain. Do you feel comfortable to talk about this question? Oh,
Actually not, because I really do not have that much experience. Actually, yesterday I did my first site, my first website, and I was so excited, but I really don't have the experience for say what is better or what is not. Actually, now I'm studying CSS and discover just little things, but really I don't. May you send the questions again for the chat? Because
do
I
you
get
have any more?
now and don't have it.
Yes, I was proposed for you to figure out some questions who you feel comfortable to talk, and we can skip the others, you know. So we will feel how you feel comfortable to answer. Please do the same, Ricardo. You can check the answers and check how do you like to share, to answer. I think agile methods, maybe you can talk about it, Ricardo. Do you work in this structure using agile methods, Scrum or Kanban?
Yeah, not exactly, but I studied a little about Scrum.
Yeah, we have one questions here. One of them who thought, can you speak to any experience you have with agile methods like Scrum or Kanban? In my experience, I always use Scrum, but in some moments during the interval of one sprint and another, we have some time to think about the things we will put in the backlog or reprioritize, you know, and some moments we take 1 week and the cool down to decide this. So we put some tasks in Kanban and don't have this data to ending, you know, not is like a regular sprint, it's just some tasks in process. And when we start the sprint, okay, we use the Kanban method. So we are like a screw cam.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I studied my MBA is project management, so it's different. Some people lead to software projects using the method from management projects, PMI or something. But it's different. I believe that's the difference is more about the vocabulary. Oh, some period project delivered is used just part of project in the PMI, and about the Scrum agile method is using Sprint, for example. I believe that certainly is more fitable or more proper use the Scrum method, but it's not exactly a a huge difference between them. But normally I work with softwares, but for example, Azure is that have a dashboard, and it's possible to how do you say, one of the guys use some tool from Azure, for example, I believe this is much more much better, because the products are completely how do you say, well, the product is done. It's just choose the right tool and they start to play. So in this case, the process is much more easier. But sometimes I work using some softwares from my company and the other companies too. But normally I don't work if development new software, for example. Normally the software that I used, that my company using in my area, is just like for example, Word or Office that's finished, and just offer to the customer, and just there are some introduction or classes about this software, and even this classes is just a few hours, because the software is no on market, like I don't know, a firewall software like for example, F5 is one of the names that my company use, FortiGate, or a lot of different softwares that my company
So
use.
in your company, you feel the Scrum not is the I don't know, not is the better way to organize your routine of work, because you, like you say before,
Mm-hmm.
you don't building some softwares. You just
Yeah.
use some softwares
Mm-hmm.
to help you in your tests. Yeah, but in the middle of your routine, that is the good
Yeah.
solution.
I don't really know which detail about
Scrum
specific,
method.
no, not Scrum Master, but about my company development team. Normally is guide or lead for a how do you say, a PMP. PMP is a professional
Product
that's
manager.
yeah, exactly, from the PMI method. And I sometimes I note that this guy guides projects in this area, but I'm not sure if there are another persons below from this guy that could use the Scrum method. I can't note any situation. Just in projects from another companies, sometimes I work in a project, and the guy, the other company, have a Scrum Master or some guy that use agile methods. But in my company, maybe it's possible to have some professionals. Probably we have, but I don't really know exactly if you use
Not
this
in
method.
your routine. Yeah.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, I got you. And about agile methods, and you have some notion about this? You already listen talk about this topic?
Actually, here I would have really more questions than answers. I've really heard a lot of these words like Scrum, Kanban, Trello, uh, cloud computing, but I really don't know anything about that. Like Azure methodologies. I
Yes.
started a course of software engineering, but I didn't really finished. And then I think that would be nice if I finished today. But I probably have a lot more to talk to you. I'm sorry, I really do not know
No,
even what to
don't
say.
worry. I can explain for you the basic for you get the content, you know.
Um,
Actually,
so
methods is some way to work fast and deliver
dailies.
things who matters, you know. Is the way we divide our tasks for deliver someone mm, building some software, but divide the task for many people. So I take one, your other, and Ricardo another. And in the end of the sprint, we put everything together, testing and put in there. So put in the production. So it's some like a process to deliver features. And in this area is very common, use the Scrum or Kanban. Kanban is one who we don't have the ending day, you know. We not you don't need to deliver something in that date. You can continuous work and progress it. But Scrum is different. Scrum, you have the date to end. So you need to deliver things in that date. So you can pass 1 or 2 weeks working in that feature, but in the regular date, you need to deliver it in the way who it is, you know.
There are actually apps for doing your schedule and for control what you're doing while you're working, and for
Yeah.
your like I forgot the name for it, like the person that above you on work, chief, no, chief or
Lead, yeah.
lead, that actually a lead can have your control what everyone is doing.
Yeah. We have a board in the both. We have a board and we moving the tasks or it's this in planning this is I am working that or I'm done, you know, I finished this work. So our leads stay looking for that and I don't know, maybe asking with us if we have some necessities or something like that. And Kanban not don't have the structure of a lot of meetings, but Scrum we have a lot of meetings for discussing the sprint before, staying there during the process and in the end, you know, is more it's different. We have more contact with the other persons.
Oh, nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, so I talk a lot, and during that, um, you see some questions. Who do you like to make for us?
That's sorry, it was for me, or I thought it was Ricardo.
For you both,
There you
Ricardo,
go.
do you check someone? I
Um,
see one here talking about AWS and Azure. Do you have interest in answer
Yeah,
in
could be.
okay.
Could be.
Okay, so go ahead. You can.
Well, I believe that our future is pointing to these tools, because I believe that maybe someday is not necessary. You will not necessary buy how do you say computer with a lot of how do you say a top of market computer. Is necessary just a monitor, a keyboard, and well, just a few quantity of memory and the hard disk and the CPU. Just a regular computer is possible
To,
to reach
It is your reality? You use this in that way? You don't
no,
have machine in your home?
no, not today, but I believe in the future,
Yeah,
certainly the people don't, you won't buy a top,
virtual machine.
exactly, just using, uh, for example, a regular computer and reach the Azure or AWS and they use the, for example, a virtual machine or I don't know. I believe that is maybe in 2013 or
Oh, we have the dates for that.
yeah, I believe maybe earlier than as possible.
13,
Uh,
7 years is that, do
yeah,
you think?
because nowadays the price is the cost is so high for the
Yeah.
most part of the people, but certainly, uh, well, if you note nowadays, for example, the the disk drive is not is useless a little. Or for example, if you buy, I don't know, a 1 terabyte drive, it's not so relevant because if you use, for example, repository on a cloud, and for example, in your cell phone or your personal computer, you put all the things in the social media or uh, cloud like OneDrive or Google Cloud or something, Google Drive. So I believe that is in few years in the future probably these things became a reality now.
But in your work routine, you have experience using that?
Yeah, normally
And
I
what do you
use,
think about using that? This can provide something different in your experience?
well, for example, uh, nowadays, for example, if you have some problem in my computer from company, I have a corporate notebook, and when I have some problem, face some problem in my computer, I can use another computer, my private computer, and access the cloud and possible to choose a virtual machine, and this virtual machine brought to my desktop, and I use the same environment in my private computer, and it's not necessary install any software. That's really nice. It's not exactly like my computer. My personal computer is faster. Uh, my corporate computer is faster than using by a cloud, but I can use the telecommunications softwares like WebEx Teams or MS Teams or something in this virtual machine, or even direct to the browser using. Uh, I prefer desktop, but maybe I I realize nowadays that's, well, uh, I believe that's in the couple of years in the future. Certainly, these improvements became a reality. For example, nowadays it's possible to hire a service from Azure. It's called Express Hold, and there are a lot of companies. These companies are associated with Azure, and they launch a fiber optic connecting to your company to the Azure, for example, in the AWS and the Google uses the similar service. So in this case, you have a connection directly connected to the Azure. So it's a little expensive, but is faster much faster than the regular connection. But well, the Microsoft invested. I don't know what mean, but they invested $1 trillion. Maybe
So much zeros in this number.
yeah, exactly. Maybe could be it's possible. A lot of countries don't have this money, so that's huge.
Huge. Yeah, we use AWS in my
Yeah,
company,
yeah.
and we now using the infra's code to up our infra in AWS. So nowadays we don't use anymore the AWS platform to config the things, you just use code, and this is absolutely nice. It's very fast and easy to make changes, because it's code. You can use the code to get things. It's better
Yeah.
for us who use code, and this is very nice. And what is the goal to use this? Just for any figure it out more about this topic, using cloud platforms can help you to expand your company, because like Ricardo mentioned, you can choose buy a lot of physical machines, or you can use a system to provide you the capacity of these machines, the power of these machines, but not is yours. You just rent that for AWS or Azure. You probably see in some movie or in some picture, the room who have a lot of black boxes, and LEDs.
They're shining and or this parking like that.
Yeah. So this is something
Like
AWS can
server.
provide for us. Yes, this is like a server. So AWS is this room, but it stay a million miles of distance and stay there and provide the capacity for us, but we don't need pay for the infra, for the structure in my place, because long years ago, every company who needs this needed to get the machines, in physically thing.
Got it.
And now you just rent this virtual, and they provide for you. And if you don't get any more, okay, we will rent for another person. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't
You
know
pay
if
for use.
have a relation, but actually I paid for Google Collab because my computer at time was not that good.
Google
But
Colab
Google Collab
is the same situation.
It's the
Google
same
Colab,
situation.
yes, you the Google creates a data center, and there are a lot of computers. Is a kind of computer is called server, but it's like a computer, but is more how do you say, stronger? I don't know, not that stronger. It's a big computer. It's called server, no? Could be, and they put the softwares installed in these servers, and they provide service for you. It's the same situation, but it's another company. It's cloud, it's Google, but
So
they exist the Amazon, is the AWS, and the Azure, Microsoft.
sure, like it's the same thing, but from different places, like
Companies, yeah,
companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's the same thing.
Best in classes. This conversion thing is really better than classes.
And we have some questions. Do you choose someone, Ernie?
Sure. How do you approach collaborating with cross-functional teams, such as designers or product managers? Okay. I do think that the most of all situation that I have from this, or in my course, I had to work with PR tests. I don't know if I spoke correctly. It's like PR tests, and this was awful. This was not really a good experience.
It is for everyone who
It's for
work
everyone
with
who.
them.
Oh, thank you. I thought that I don't know. I don't think that they actually hate us. It was so hurtful, and there are a lot of discussions. Was not really a great experience. I don't think so. And the teacher said that each one is actually normal, even if you work for a company. And thing I don't know. Is it normal for you when you work with a TA and it's actually that bad? And it's actually that much suffering?
I don't have QA in my company
Oh,
today.
that's incredible. Which name are your company? You'll get a note.
Yeah, but we need to be a QA. So
Oh,
it's not is the good scenario with them, but it's rose without them, because you need to do more things. Nowadays, I developed this software and I need to try the software and you know realize if we have some bugs. And when you building something, you probably you probably will forget to checking something, because I watch a meme talking about that is a develop delivering the sofa. So and how is the testing for a developed sofa? He will sitting there and standing the legs in there and give up and okay, I deliver that, it's functional. uh, I make it okay, and in a QA mood, so they will uh, make a part in that, remove the sofa and put for one side and another and go out with them, and it's a mess. They will turn out this feature and I don't know, looking for bugs and looking for problems, and we check the obvious errors and deliver because it is how we think, it's
yeah.
obvious. But the user maybe don't we will have all informations to use this feature, and maybe they will stay locked in some problem, and we don't know because we don't tested that. We don't have the key to make it for us and provide us something we need to change. And so it's difficult work with them, but it's rules don't have them in the team.
It is simply necessary. I get that.
Yes, because you can deliver something who works, but have some problem who you don't know, you don't see it, and I don't know, 3 months after that you check and you we call this I don't get this in English, but buraco negro,
Black hole.
Oh,
black hole. We can have people in this black hole, and I don't know. I don't see this before, and this is can be very problematic for the company and the software
inexpensive.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I think it can be nice having one on my team someday.
Yeah, yeah.
And about working with designers and product manager, do you have some experience or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ask me
Okay.
like in 1-2 years, and maybe you have something to talk about it.
Yeah, we can come back in this conversation. And you, Ricardo, what is your experience with the person about another area in your team, product or deliverers? No?
I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Okay. But
Unfortunately, but I'm a pleasure for me talk with you girls, and well, see you
so
nice week, and until the next class.
okay, I put
Um,
here
see you,
the
Ricardo.
survey.
Okay.
Please answer me and can provide some topics. I get some ideas when you was answer the questions, but you can write this for me, please.
Um,
Okay, certainly. Bye bye.
Okay.
Nice
Bye
day.
bye. Have a nice day.
bye. I do have a question. Is actually we have in this conversation to pass through all these questions, or it's not necessary. We just don't have this fixed structure.
No, we don't have this. This is most for have topics for conversation, and we can choose, we can skip some ones, you can talk about other thing if we feel comfortable to do that. Today, I prepare a topic who you both don't, feel so comfortable to talk about everything. So because that, I propose you to choose some questions and talk about how you have some experience because the goal here is talk. So you need to get some way to talk about. So we prefer to change the meaning of the question to provide some content for talk and don't say yes or not as answer. I don't
Okay.
work with that and ending. No, that is the goal. You don't work as you take like a skip, or yes, I don't work with that any, but I can talk about the things who I have experience or I have interest to talk about, to know about this. So explain, we can discuss. Yes,
Mm,
but
so,
in your platform, you can check the questions before subscribe for the meeting. So maybe doing that you can feel more comfortable to choose the meeting and practice more. This is the goal. Yeah, improve. So
I just get in like yesterday by night. And then yesterday by night, I just used one class and I'm not seeing anything. I'm not studying anything. I was just get inside.
yeah.
And then
And
was a completely different because I look at for the questions now and I kind of regret. I wish that I've studied a little bit before I get inside.
no, don't you worry. This topic is very specific and is for these tech talk conversations, but we have general English conversations, we have social English conversations, we have different topics, and now you will feel more comfortable with the platform and we will look for things who you feel more comfortable to stay together, and you can turn with us again. No, don't worry.
No, for sure, for sure. Even if I don't know, I think about the questions I will get in, talk to you. I really like this experience. And actually, while I'm reading, I can go answer some little bit stuff or something. Not completely, but I can answer like a little bit.
Mhm.
Now I have a question for you. You said that work as a developer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
what do you do? Like webbing developer or mobile developer, or
I am full stack,
you're full
but
stack?
nowadays I work more in the back end.
Oh,
So I building APIs and putting clouds for server for our company. But I always work as a software developer. It's my routine because I provide codes for system who not stay in any web, because like a bot. We work in a bot in your company, and I work in that. And building APIs is my reality. I don't use CSS, which in
so like
general,
front end, right? Like this is like for front end and this kind of stuff.
yeah, I can use, but not is in my routine anymore. I make a course and I have this proficient as a full stack, so I know work with React, JavaScript, and CSS, and TypeScript, Python, everything. But nowadays I just use TypeScript, Node.js, and uh, Infrascode, and this cloud is that.
A lot.
Yeah.
For curiosity, where did you take your course to become a full stack developer?
Oh,
Like,
I think I can't make it
oh, like
commercial here
commercial
because
here?
we are in the
Oh,
YouTube.
in the live. Oh, sorry. I was just curious.
No, don't worry. But you can look for my profile in the LinkedIn. You
Oh,
check
cool.
that. Yeah,
Okay. May you
the
send me,
tribe.
please? Ah! Wow.
Yeah,
That's
but
actually interesting because my boyfriend is actually Finnish one for we start web developing, but okay, I'm doing commercial too. It's like on driving.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll follow you.
And he put you in this career too.
Actually, not because when I become doing geophysics, I started like side by side engineering and electro engineering,
Mhm.
and I took some grades that actually made me love programming, and I tried to directionate myself for this kind of work. Actually, for no, it's fine. It's totally fine. I have to. It really don't bother me at all. Um, I'm for my master. I'm trying to develop a filtering program for filtering data, and I'm trying, like in geophysics, we don't have that much free softwares, and not even like I forgot how to say it. It is not when it's good for the client to use the iteration with the software, because they always like command lines and put some stuff that they're really not good. And when they are really expensive, like $1,000. And my goal right now is to make some good grade stuff for say students can use for or other people can use. It are client friendly, I think so. Is that the what is called? And then I started to get these development courses. I'm finished like a mobile develop course right now. I will start like a web developer course like next month. I will try to do like a paid course for. I will not make a commercial again, and um, I really did like this kind of study.
It's nice when you have this specific goal, you see the problem and you like to change this to provide um, a better experience for this student and the worker in this area. It's nicer. Maybe you have the feeling to be a front-end developer or mobile developer.
I don't
I
know if just front end, because I have to connect. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
but
called
you don't need
API.
to do everything.
On my master, I do fortnightly.
Oh.
In this situation, in the specific situation, I think so. But
Yeah.
maybe in the future, I can work only with that.
Yeah. For professionally,
As
you can
professionally.
choose the better fit with you. Yeah. But it's nicer feel everything and put your hands in all the context end to end and deliver something. I like to do that too, but I feel that I need to have some area to improve myself. And in general, it's very difficult if you always working end to end. It's very difficult. It's a lot of things to change every day. It's very faster the changes in our area, so
And
it's
I
difficult.
realized that really you have a lot of new information that are coming, that your upgrades for the software, and it's
Yeah.
really hard to um
Continuous update with that. Yeah.
continue to it's
So,
really good.
Annie, it was really nice meet you and take this conversation. I I will I will be great if you come back in my meetings. But I have my meeting at work, so I need to go.
Nice to
And
meet you. It was a
nice to
really
meet
good conversation.
you.
It's a
Yeah,
really
please
good
connect
first experience.
connect with me and we can talk talk and talk too. And please answer this survey with some topic who you feel comfortable to talk. Maybe I can prepare something for us. Okay.
Where we can connect? Are you talking about LinkedIn or
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
way?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Nice to meet you. Have a nice day.